Hi, my name is Tinkler. I'm standing for the position of Welfare and International SAB. I'm a first year historian. The reasons why I would like this job is I really want to be able to make a difference in this university. I see a student experience as being the most important thing in your life so far. For example, today when the Times Higher Education Student Experience Guide was released, Leicester had dropped 7 places down to 20th. We have to look at why this is. I plan to do that and to bring your student experience up. Plans include accommodation, really needs to be sorted out. Both university halls and private accommodation are not at the standard they should be. Basically, I propose getting private landlords onto the abode list so we can sort out problems. And for the university to actually respect you, ovens, for example, should be provided in every single halls. Over to you, Owen.
Yeah, sorry, I've got a tickle throat. Sorry. Right, so you mentioned accommodation. One of your manifesto points was having an initial accommodation officer to help students. Where do you plan on getting the revenue for this? So what services do you plan on cutting to increase the accommodation service?
I think it's quite difficult at the moment to say which services we would cut without being able to see what the union spends on and what actually has success at the moment, because that information isn't available to us, or at least not to my knowledge. However, when coming in, I would work with the Strategy and Communications Sabbatical Officer to do a complete review and see what actually works, where we can save money, and what the students want as well. We may need to conduct a survey on campus.
Because that's an accommodation officer you want. You also want another mental health officer as well, or worker.
Yeah, that came from speaking to the mental health people themselves when they said they were overrun with appointments. Getting people new appointments is not a problem, but sometimes it could take up to a month to see a counsellor again.
I think we all agree that that's not good enough and things need to be done, but so you're happy to, you're saying there's some areas of the union that aren't quite as important. Can't
certain areas,
so like sports societies maybe that spend a lot of money. The majority.
Sports societies are important because it all adds up to the overall student experience. You can't sit and make assumptions now without talking to students first, and what we would need to do is hear from yourself, the students, because this is your union.
Okay. What would if students didn't want, because I tell you about the mental health officer, and the majority of students say they don't want the mental health officer, but then there are some that really need it. How does that work? So the vast majority of students don't want it, but there's a couple that really need it.
You have to look overall at the whole picture. Yeah, some won't want it and will never need it, which is a good thing. My overall goal would be never for anybody to need to see a mental health officer, but they have to be there just in case. And while there is still a demand, we have to keep them. If appointments, the demand for appointments with them is still high, then we really need them. If we can't see everybody and the counsellors can't get around all their patients, then we will have to look into it. I think it's got to look on a supply and demand basis as well as a student survey.
How do you sit with, on the issue of health here, and gaining revenue, of the prices in our bar?
You're going to have to ask that one again.
So in terms of continue the theme of health and gaining funding for health-related mental health workers, and a big source of revenue is our bar, do you see that maybe we can increase prices?
I wouldn't increase prices, I would change the offer times. For example, on a Monday night you have a £1 drinks offer, but that starts too late. Because on a Monday night people are going out to Republic or they're going to Liquid for the club nights, for the student nights there. So why not actually bring it forward, the happy hour times, and then people may come in to do cheap free drinks before they go out properly.
As a worker officer, you think it's fine to promote free cheap drinks?
I think for certain things, as long as we keep it to a certain limit, it's going to happen anyway. We know that the union will continue to promote it, but it's more promoting it and realising it's about the levels you consume.
Nobody can say that prostitution that's going to happen anyway, you might as well get a cut on it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, but we were almost encouraging consumptions of high levels of alcohol by
I think
pound fine.
You can't encourage the consumption as long as you can make people aware. You can't tell people do this, do this, do that, otherwise you're like a nanny state, and that's not what the union is. You can raise awareness, but ultimately it's down to the students' choice of what they choose to do.
Okay. You mentioned childcare in your manifesto. How are you going to, once again, that's going to cost a lot of money. That's It's not saying it's an invalid cause, but how you plan on funding a childcare unit?
The plan for a childcare unit would be to go into collaboration with the university as a body and say, well, this is what we really need to provide, and then pressure the university into it and promote to them that they can break equal or even make a profit on this, because local nursery schools, whatever that are provided on the union's website, the prices for them are too high, and student parents can't afford that. Being a student, we all know you don't have a lot of money, and then to have people depending on you as well and having to pay their childcare, it's just not financially possible. However, it is financially possible for the university to run it, provided they do something like convert one of Salisbury houses, because they have new, better accommodation opening in Nixon Court, so it's not like they're taking rooms away. And then we can look at it and go, that's somewhere close. Parents are going to want their children close in case a problem arises. It'll be with trained professionals. It also opens up opportunities for students to gain volunteering experience who are interested in going into childcare.
Okay, we haven't got many of those students here, you know.
We haven't got many, but there may be people who may be interested in doing primary education.
Okay.
And if they can't get into a local school, that's the next best thing.
Alright, so say Daniel's elected, and it's Daniel Tinkler's union, and I come back here in 12 months. What am I going to see?
Well, for starters, it wouldn't be Daniel Tinkler's union.
Sorry, you pronounced your name wrong.
No, the name is fine.
Oh, right.
However, it's not my union, it's not the sabbaticals union, it's not the union council's union, it's every single student here.
Okay.
Which is something I think we need to focus more on and understand, that this union belongs to every student, whether you're an undergraduate, postgraduate, distance learner, whatever, it's your student union. Changes that would be made, I think we need to see a more friendly approach, and working in welfare is incredibly important. The job shop is a huge thing. And the idea behind this is lots of people will experience financial troubles, and finding a job isn't an easy thing to do. I think if we can promote it online, graduate jobs as well as part-time jobs, and just get a list where university students log in, Leicester students only can see this, their jobs will be there, and then that'll be a good thing, because it'll take off the financial dependence upon applying for short-term loans. People will actually have a reliable source of income.
Okay. Right, well, thanks so much for coming, Daniel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good luck with the campaign, and I hope you enjoy the process.
Yes, it's been fun so far. Thanks, guys.